actually hola from Mallorca.
Hola from Mallorca. Hola from Mallorca. We wanted to share with you our life on living on prana, which we started in 2018. So now, for me in February 2018, and for you in October 2018. Yeah. So now 5 years. Going on 5 years. Yeah. And what a 5 years it was.
Roller coaster.
A roller coaster. And that is, I think, the best way to describe this journey into Pranic Living, a roller coaster. Yeah, because your total view on everything changes so much.
Yeah, the world as I saw it 5 years ago is actually wasn't ever there.
No.
It's not gone. It was never there. I see it now through the illusion. So it's completely you like peeling an onion. The world is like peeling an onion, and my body was peeling an onion, and started 20 years ago. But the pranic process was a catalyst for going deep to the bone, literally to the bone. I came from 61 kilos and went down to 43.5 kilos.
In the beginning,
yes. This was really the first year I'm talking about now.
Yeah.
And I also...
So let's start with at the beginning.
Yes, good idea.
So you have so you can have an idea how all those years, in those years, what kind of things you can encounter and experience. And I think the first year for both of us was weight loss. Yeah, for me too. Yeah. So you went down to
43.
43,
and I was really skin and bones.
Yeah.
And was it also with you that it was fear to lose weight?
Yes,
okay.
It was. Yeah, because I was 63.
Yeah.
Also, and I went down to 52.8 kilograms.
Oh wow.
I know it. Because I thought, oh my God, every day I was on the scale and I thought, oh no, again.
Yeah.
So it was fear driven. And that is what we see when you have fear on losing weight, you will lose weight.
Yeah, every fear beats you or bites you in your butt. So if you are going into the pranic process with a fear of losing weight or losing strength or losing potency, or how do you call that?
Your libido.
Yeah, your libido. Or social
friends.
Yeah.
Losing friends, losing family, because you're into this process and they cannot understand it. So every fear will become this big.
Yeah, and then you have to look it in the eye. And for me it was really a very symbolical way. Exactly after 1 year I had to, because I was really skin and bone, and I never had a problem with loving myself or accepting my body. That was all okay. But at that point I was in a big renovation, so I was covered with bruises and I looked like and I couldn't love myself anymore, my body. So at that point I did a quantum healing with somebody, and she didn't tell me, but at one point she put a mirror in the field, and that was the moment that I started crying, full of gratitude and love for what my body is at this moment. So complete acceptance. And that's, I think, the big recipe for the pranic.
Yeah, acceptance of your body, how it is. Because for me, it was, my life was about external or the body. And you know, I come from fashion, and I come from sports, Miss Fitness, and so in my head, my body had to be perfect. But what is perfect, of course? But then I thought, okay, this body has to be exactly the good measurements, and it has to be full of vitamins, and I don't eat anything that will hurt my body. So for me, I thought I was taking very good care of my body because it looked great and it felt great. I thought it felt great. And with losing the weight in the first months, I thought, because in 1.5 weeks I lost the 10 kilo.
Oh, that's...
It was so fast.
Wow.
I thought, oh my God, where does this end? And the second I could accept my body, how it was, it stopped.
Wow.
So also that is, again, when you accept your body how it is at that moment, really accept, because you can say, I accept it, but do you really accept it? Because those are two different things. If you really feel it, and I thought, okay, if I have to do this here with this skinny body, it's okay, because I trust the process. I go into it fully, and this is okay for now, because I knew I could gain weight again with my mindset, and that is exactly what happened after 1 year. But in that year, that's also nice to tell, there was, I think, about 9 months in the process. I thought, okay, but I would really like to gain a kilo or something. And I thought, okay, this weekend I'm gonna eat. You know, sometimes I ate, a few months I didn't eat, and then I ate sometimes once in a week or once in every two weeks. And I thought, this weekend I'm gonna eat, because I'm gonna eat 1 kilo or 2 kilos to gain weight. And so I did on Saturday a breakfast, lunch and dinner. On Sunday a breakfast, lunch and dinner. And I waited a couple of days, because otherwise it's just in your intestines, of course, all the food. And then after 3 days I went on the scale and I lost weight again. And I thought, oh my God, of course, because it takes so much energy of the body to digest this food. I thought, okay, well,
that didn't work.
That didn't work, no. So I just have to wait this year.
And then the surrender. I think the point of surrender in complete trust, that is the point where I and you gained weight automatically. And it just it went up to, in one straight line, to 52, and there I am, and it doesn't matter if I eat or don't eat, it's just stable. I can't do anything with it anymore, because my mind wanted to go to 55. But my body says, no, 52 is okay. So I let it go. I trust my body completely. I trust how the process goes. So I stopped trying to change that.
And I'm just under 60 kilograms, and that also stays the same. But you know, I don't see it really on the scale, but sometimes my body is a bit more fuller, and sometimes it's more I don't know, empty. I don't know. Sometimes I think when I look in the mirror, I'm a bit skinny. And then I think that's the point that my body says, okay, we'll make it a bit rounder. It's really, I cannot explain it, but that's how it works with me, and it's okay. Everything's okay right now. And so that's the weight.
Yeah, and maybe then this is a good moment to share our insights that we found out that eating or not eating for the most doesn't mean that you gain weight or lose weight. It's not a thing which is together. And because we both have the biological way of looking at our body, we know that it is not a correlation.
No.
It doesn't have to do with that. It's the fear-driven process.
It's really fear-driven. Yeah.
And if you're curious about the other ways, you can look at our film about the biological laws of nature. There we will explain. It's very interesting. So,
but now, what happened in the first year? Also, not weight related.
yeah. It was really a roller coaster, and I had probably life gave that just for free, life school, a lot of turmoil in my life, so a lot of ups and downs, literally, working a lot, so especially in the first 3 months where I was on liquids, so on juices. And I didn't have time to drink enough because I was a big renovation and hard work. And there I noticed the drop. I went really down to But after that year, or exactly in the ending of that year, I noticed that the whole thing I experienced brought me to some point where I can say that was the most beautiful gift it gave to me, because if you don't have a body with any fat in it or any junk in it, and if you really process all your mindsets, your thinking, your thoughts, your conditioning, your habits, in that year I took care of everything, I got rid of everything very consciously, because I wanted to really start with a clean slate. And that was also the moment where I went 3 days in darkness, consciousness, and then fainting and doing very interesting things. But it was for me such a gift. And then Menor told me, this is only possible in a body without fats, because it's complete surrender. And that gave me the reassurance that everything goes as it should.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
So there's no right and wrong, and that's why we do Freedom Quest. And it's not about not eating. It didn't start with me because of that. And did it start with you for not eating?
Yes.
Yeah, it started with
it
that.
is.
Okay.
Yeah. And we both are talking about losing weight a lot, but that is not the case with everybody, because we see sometimes people come and they say, oh, okay, I have a lot of kilos, so that's nice, then I can drop 20 kilos. But what do we see? They don't lose 1 kilogram.
Yeah.
Because when you cannot accept your body the way it is, that's the point you have to work on.
Yeah. It's actually, I think the pranic process, it's just a catalyst for personal development.
Yeah, it is.
It is just a way to go in deep, to clean up, to get all your cell memories out, and it's just a way. It's not. It shouldn't be. As for me, I think it's not the road to not eating. It's not a target or a goal.
Now I know it's not. It's not the point eating or not eating. It's about something totally different. Yeah, but for me it started with the not eating, because eating, and I don't like to cook, and all this eating and diets, and it was a way, especially in the sports, and then afterwards being a nutritionist, and always, this meal has to have this and that and that, and taking a lot of supplements to keep my body very healthy, I thought. Because I thought, okay, we need extra vitamins and we need extra minerals to keep this body totally healthy. And then the totally different look on eating and not eating, because in living on prana you don't have to take supplements, because prana, the life's energy, will take care of every cell and will take care of this body in a much better way than we can. With food and other nutrients. So that's a totally different, that's a total shift in everything we ever learned, and I think that is what it is. A totally different side on everything what we are always told, and what we are taught, and what we ever learned in schools and in courses.
The dependency.
And
that we are dependent on somebody or something else outside of us. And if we come to the understanding that we are all, that we are prana, that we are life energy, life force, however you want to call it, there are so many names. But it's all self-sufficient, self-sustaining, self-sufficient. So our whole body, scientists say that the pepite mobile doesn't exist, or
what's that?
It's some kind of machine which doesn't need petrol, it can exist forever. And I think prana is just that. And where is the dividance between our material, what we see, and what we are in essence? Because we are not our body, we are not our mind, we are not our thoughts. And that is, if you get that, and the prana process helps you to understand that you are exactly that flow, that moving prana. And I have something with the infinity, and that is how I see how the cells work, how everything in small and in big, how the universe works. It's that flow, and the river and the water, and we are walking water rivers. So if we have it all in flow, you are being nourished on all levels. And that is what living on prana is for me.
For me also. And I can say my process was a process of one very big shift, because I ended my marriage after 1 year, because I was so aware that I needed something else, and I needed freedom, and I needed to really find myself again. Because one part, because I was in a relationship for over 30 years, so that's a very long time. I was 16, and we became so entwined into each other that I really had to question, okay, but who am I? Just me, alone, and not with you. And I needed that space. So, but it's okay, because we are both in a high consciousness, and we both saw our paths would would separate like this, and in that way, because when me and my former life partner went through the process, we knew this was our life mission, to put this in retreats and to really speak out about it, because there was so little to find at that time. And we thought, okay, this is what we are meant to do here. Giving lectures, giving retreats on living on prana. And then, so when we do it separate, we can reach much more people. So that is how we both feel it, I think, to reach as many people and let them experience what it is. And, you know, my process was, except that part, was very smooth, easy going, and interesting. Okay, what happens to my body, especially that first year? What detoxes in my body? It was really strange, but very interesting. And that was okay. But sometimes it is not so easy. And that is what I see in a lot of people who come to the retreats. They have a very intensive year.
Yeah. All emotions come up.
Yeah.
So it's if you're not into cleaning, so cleaning the body, cleaning the mindset, it's a big challenge.
Yeah.
Because if you don't want, it comes up, because food, one of the side effects of food is putting a lid on everything you feel.
Yeah.
So if you put the lid up, get rid of the lid, everything comes out. Everything is open. You feel like I had a moment that I didn't feel as if I didn't have a skin anymore. You feel so vulnerable and so open. Yeah, and it was beautiful. I was listening for 3 days during the dry fast to my heart beating, and it wasn't just here. It was from my toes. It was everywhere. My heart was everywhere, and I was so grateful that I could go through that in trust. I was completely in trust. But it was, you were like, oh, don't you want something to drink?
I will sleep next to you.
Yeah, that was the only in the night I asked her to sleep next to me. And that gave me the reassurance for the last night. And that's okay, be kind, even if you feel trust. But if you need something comforting, because you go deep. And there is nothing wrong with being gentle to yourself.
No, gentle to yourself. I think that is what is the most important thing. Not with force, not with only mind power of the mind. No, just be gentle. Gentle to your body, gentle to yourself. And in that way, things will come up and you will look them in the eye and feel, and just they can go, or you can do something else with it, cell cleanse or other kinds of things to clear the old patterns and everything you ever took as truth to yourself, and now you realize, oh, that wasn't truth. And I wasn't true to myself, and I listened to a lot of other people, a lot of other, I don't know, at first to your parents, of course.
Authorities, marketing, advertising.
Everything, we just put it into ourselves, in our cell memory, and sometimes we forget that that's not our truth anymore. So, but it's still stuck in ourselves. So that's a big part of the Pranic retreats for me is cleaning those cells
with breath work.
with breath work.
Because there was, for me, I come from coaching and I did a lot of instruments, but I think the coaching is, the breath work is one of the most intense and purest ways to go through, to let them transform through your body without any drama. So you just, you breathe and you go through, and because of you giving space, giving, you're present with what is in complete acceptance, and if you can, even with gratitude, it's like it goes so fast. You go through anger, grief, whatever, and it's gone. It's out of your body, and that is cleaning. And I love cleaning. So I think the breath work is a wonderful tool.
Yeah, very important tool. Yeah, and visualization.
Yeah,
Oh, that's a
beautiful word.
Yeah.
And I had a few moments in that first year that I was in complete panic, and the trigger was emotional disturbance. So something happened. I got triggered, and I needed food, and I was really going through the kitchen and look. I need food, right? In panic, I couldn't think straight anymore, and thank God that I got them on the phone, and their voice, and just breathe, and okay, why would you like to eat now something, and so I got calm, could think again, so I went through that process and took a little bit of soup. A few spoons was already enough.
That was enough.
Yeah. And what also helped in the first 3 months was only juices. And what helped me when I ate, so on social things, because I had, like you, I was too lazy to eat. I don't like cooking, so it was really freedom to just not need to eat. My body didn't ask for food, so if I did, I took a little where you put a cup on.
Oh yeah.
So the little saucer. Yeah, and that was for me very nice to, because then with a few bites it's full, and that helped me to, because I always said, this is the amount which is actually a healthy amount for one day for a human being. So take a look at it, huh? You're lucky when you have big hands, but it's not much.
No, it's not.
Our intestines are not made to eat all day.
No.
Because they're so long. Because the hunters and gatherers, they maybe once a month they had their prey, and I think maybe it's nice to share my theory on that. In the very old days, so thousands or hundreds of years ago, they had the gratitude of their deer they hunted, and the berries, and they made a party. They came together as a clan, as a group, and they were celebrating that they had food, and thankful, the gratitude, the joy, the dancing, the singing. And I believe, and I noticed that in my body, so the experience I have in my body says that that it's right. The frequency of those emotions, so the gratitude, the joy, the being together, social interaction, is what feeding us. I think, you have the same...
No, it is. I think everybody knows when you're in a retreat or a weekend retreat or a day retreat on personal development, and the energy is high, and you feel you don't have to eat anything because the high vibration is feeding you. Because so we know it.
Yeah. And then we can go one step further. The high vibration is not what is feeding us. We are that.
Yeah.
So when we have the it came to me about 3 years ago, the step from being nourished to I'm prana. I am. So yeah, then you lose so many words which are not evident, which are not important, because you come so to the essence, you come so to what is really there, and you lose so much words, so much products, so much exterior stuff. Huh?
So much exterior stuff.
Yeah, you really come to basic, to the essence.
Yeah.
I think the essence is such a wonderful word, and it's the which grabs the explanation.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah. And you know, living on prana is also not meditating the whole day or doing yoga the whole day, because sometimes people say, oh, but you're Kundalini yoga teacher. Oh, you do that every day and you're always in that in that vibe. Like I'm waking up at 5 o'clock and I'm going to do my sadhana. No, I don't. Just when I feel like it. Because, you know, what I experience is that in everything I do all day, everything I do in a state of meditation, I don't know, there's always this stillness inside. So when I just breathe out, there I am at that place that I used to have to meditate 20 minutes for. And now it's always there, and I can do I can be busy or look busy, but it's still there, this stillness inside of me.
There's no stress.
No.
I can relate. You're a completely different person. I came from I don't know how you say that in English, a stressed chicken. Stress kid?
I don't know if that's an English word.
But probably you will relate to the thinking. Always
so kind of this.
working day and night, having 3 companies, and it's the stressful doing thing, the action. Yeah. And as I am actually very lazy in that point, we are both yoga teachers.
Yeah, we are.
Well, I don't feel the impulse to do yoga. I don't feel the impulse to do meditation, because exactly when I do the washing up, or my garden, or walk, or whatever, I'm still practicing, but 99% of the time it feels like I'm completely present here with what I'm doing, in complete neutrality. Yes.
Yeah, is that a word?
I don't know. That you're neutral.
Yeah.
And it's not even balance anymore.
A neutral state of mind.
Yeah, I got rid also of the balance, because it's not about. It's really the neutral state of being.
Yeah.
Huh? It's not a balance anymore. I don't know how.
No. I think I often say, after 1 year, I felt like I was in a state of completeness.
Mm-hmm.
So everything was complete. There were no unhealthy outside neediness, you know, because everything is here. And that also changes your relationships with people, and it changes so many things, because I am completeness. Yeah.
And then there is no dividing. No. There is no border. There is no you and me. No. It's just inside of this body, but not feeling that you are. So it's the field. Yeah, my name Nieuwveld. It's the field. So
Nieuwveld.
I have something with the field, and I feel like, yeah, my feet as the universe. My feet from the universe, the hands of of Mother Earth, the voice of the field, the light in your eyes, and the love in your heart. Yeah, and that's how I go through life. So there is no other.
No.
Yeah, I found it. One of my two big breadcrumbs, and both of them I became from. You gave them to me, my two breadcrumbs. So, my gratitude.
I hope everybody will experience those two things.
Yeah.
In life. Yeah.
So we are
So
talking.
it's living on prana, and we are talking about the biological
laws of nature.
Laws of nature. Yeah. That will be another video.
Yes,
because we have a lot to tell you about that also.
Yeah,
it's so beautiful. And well, when we look at our lives now, 5 years into living on prana, I think it's a wonderful gift. And again, it's not about not eating ever again. Of course, for some people it is, and it's also okay. For us, it's eating
in freedom.
In freedom, yeah. And I eat sometimes in social settings, and because I can really enjoy something now.
Yeah.
Otherwise, before these 5 years, it was I need to eat.
Yeah.
Because this body has to be nourished.
Or you die.
Or you die. Yeah. And now we eat when we can really experience the taste and the texture, and
it's like a little orgasm. If I have something which looks beautiful, which tastes like life. It needs, for me, it needs life. So herbs or a flower, or it needs a life thing with it.
Yeah, but it's also because sometimes I think, this is something I didn't eat for a very long time, and it also can be chips.
Yeah. Or my chocolate. Don't forget But we are. It's not a craving. It's an complete. With all our senses, we are eating that food, and it's like actually it's not eating, because everybody thinks with eating it's an experience of all senses, and it's the gratitude for my part. Then the gratitude towards that.
Yeah,
and the sensation.
Yeah, and the sensation, and it's also in this process, I always want to get people to the point that there is no judgment on food. This is good food, label good, label bad, Oh, that's bad food, chips and I don't know, fried things and meat, I don't know. But now we eat without judgment.
Yeah. And we follow, I don't know if it's with you, but I follow my body.
Yeah.
And that was very interesting. That 2 years ago that started. That I really, especially in the Freedom Quest, that was very interesting, because I didn't have the idea to go also dry, or to go with the people who were in the retreat. So, and I was brushing my teeth, and I wanted to take water, and I had to throw it out again. And that was so interesting to notice that. And in my garden in Rotterdam.
So your body didn't want it?
No,
it told you.
Yeah, my body tells me what is okay, what is not okay, and I trust my body completely. And sometimes I think, huh? Why? You know? And the answer always comes. Because, you know, when my body does, it's not good because then I really throw up. So it's the intelligence of the body and the nature, and it's like I feel so humbled to that incredible intelligence. But it's sometimes very life shows me them, because I've got fresh strawberries in my garden, and then I see a red one which is beautiful. I pick it, and then, you know, then I have to put it on the table. That's like, no, you're kidding me. And that was really, life was teaching me to learn how to listen to my body.
Yeah, I think that's a big one. In this process, you really learn.
Yeah, you learn how to listen to your body.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, such a. I thought I had a good relationship with my body.
Me too.
But I thought, oh no, because this mind was controlling everything.
Yeah. We have both very strong minds. And
But now, in this living on prana, you have such a close contact with the body, and it's telling you everything. Also, when you experience pain, or with me an insect bite, you can see this week. It's very big, but it's okay.
yeah. She can be with it. Complete.
I don't put anything on it.
No, complete.
Just let it do its thing.
Yeah, the body knows what to do. You know, we can't imagine how it solves that. And everything we try to do is sometimes even interfering with the process of the body itself. So for me, it's hands off.
Yeah.
It's nice in English.
Yeah, so it brought us a lot. A totally different life for both of us, I think. Totally different look on life.
Yeah, and more, that is the amazing thing. So much power, so much strength, so much clarity, that you even can't imagine, you know, walking on. And that was nice that you told that with the vibration, that you if I eat, I get tired.
Yeah.
So my body gets tired.
Yeah.
And to realize that, and I can do so much, because always people ask me then, but if you do top sports or you do heavy bodily work, or say no, if I work like crazy, I feel like I'm my own generator.
Yeah. You get more energy.
You get more energy. Yeah. And sometimes it feels like the little white Duracell rabbit. But I now found the switch, so I can turn it off, because I sometimes really have to turn my body off. And so that's very interesting to notice that, because you know, I didn't eat a whole lot during the 30 days when I went from the source of the Rhine to the mouth of the Rhine in Rotterdam.
You did it by bike?
Yeah, and swimming and canoeing and walking. So all the things you can do in and outside of the water. And that taught me to flow. Yeah, the water taught me to flow.
Yeah, it's a beautiful life.
Yeah. And I think that is Pranic Living is flowing with life.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, because now all the steps I take, all the different things I flow to.
Yeah.
I let life guide me. And because I'm so in touch with myself, I can see the things. And I can say, oh, okay, because I have no fear of change.
Yeah.
So I can, apparently life wants me to take that road or another side road.
Yeah.
Or,
And completely without targets. There is no goal. That we just walk a path.
Yeah.
We pick up the breadcrumbs we come across in the way.
Yeah.
So it's a completely different way of living.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. And for us, I think it was kind of a natural flow in it. It wasn't really difficult or and in our retreats I so want to tell the people, please take a look at everything and feel and be gentle with yourself. But I see so much struggle sometimes.
And that's the opposite of surrender. And this process needs surrender. Needs the possibility of the body to be weak, to go down too deep, and letting go of all fears, letting go of all stuck emotions, letting go of all thoughts, because they're in, the conditioned mind is in the way.
And all those old convictions we have, we have to let go of them. Because it really limits us. And I think when you are a couple of years into prana, then you can really just experience, everything is possible. Everything we ever are taught is not possible is possible.
I'm still practicing walking over water.
You're still practicing all kind of things.
It's a work in process. But it's just we don't say no. It's just like believing in wonders. And I think Pranic Living is believing in wonders.
It is.
So if you don't believe in wonders, it gets really hard. I think scientists will have more problems with this concept because it's not taught. It's taught that it's not possible.
It's taught it's not possible.
So it's very interesting.
We're waiting for the time that scientists do want to.
I think if they get into, because quantum physics, actually every scientist who studies quantum physics, they after their study they say, I don't have a clue. I don't know. And that is what prana is. You can't understand that. The concept you can't grasp with your dual mind. So you're both your two brain parts, they need to be connected. Then your belly brain, your heart brain, and then and I did that over years and years, and now I finally have the feeling that my whole body, every cell is a little brain. So and with that tool, so that with that hardwired hardware, I can experience the concept. And that is, you can't understand quantum physics or how prana works or how the universe works. You have to live it, experience it, embody it. Embody it. So I think we will go with the flow. And Ola from Mallorca, and we will see you probably somewhere else.
in another video
Yeah, and another spot on
and
this earth.
because we have a lot to share with you.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching us.